Hello viewers, welcome to my channel Shraddha's Physics. This video is based on statistical mechanics as per the CBCS syllabus. Today our topic is Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution formula. So for a large number of particles that is identical and distinguishable, Maxwell-Boltzmann law follows. So it means that in classical statistics, particles are distinguishable and the volume of the phase space cell is h cube. So the cell can be made very large, so there is no restriction for the particle going into the cell. It means that equal a priori probability. Actually what it defines? Suppose Ni is the number of particle and Gi is the number of cells of the ith compartment of the system. If we will consider that Gi is very larger than Ni, it means that the number of cells in the ith compartment is very larger than the number of particles in that case. So we can write Ni by Gi will be very less than 1. This Ni by Gi is called the occupation index. So actually what it represents? It means that if the cell size is very larger than the number of particles, then the probability of a particular cell to contain more than one particle can be neglected. So let us see, suppose we are considering this as a very large number of cells, this as a compartment or a system containing the large number of cells. So equal a priori probability says that there will be the particles will be available in any cell and each cell will be given equal priority. So it means that for I am considering this here as Gi, the number of cell is very larger than Ni. Suppose this Gi is suppose 20 and the number of particles is suppose 1. So this one particle can lie in any of this cell, or if suppose there are 3 particles, then in any of the cell these 3 particles can occupy. Here also, here maybe, or it may be here. So in this case we can say that no 2 particles can lie in a particular cell because we are giving here equal priority. So it says that if the cell size is very larger than the number of particles, the probability of a particular cell to contain more than one particle can be neglected. So that can be neglected. So let us consider the n be the total number of particles of the system and V be the total volume of the system, and energy, capital E, is the total amount of energy of the system. These are your constant, or we can say that these are the number of particles in a system is fixed, volume of the system is fixed, and the total amount of energy of the system is fixed. Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics says if there is some energy associated with the particles, then we want to calculate what fraction of the particles are in a particular energy levels for a equilibrium state. It means that suppose N1 particles are in energy level E1, N2 particles are in the energy level E2, and so on. Nk particles are in the energy level Ek. So it says that if there are some energy associated with the particles, then we have to calculate what fraction of the particles are in a particular energy state. If we will consider in equilibrium state, suppose we are considering this E2 energy state. So in this E2 energy state, what fraction of the particles are available, it defines the Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics. So the equilibrium state in the most probable microstate, where this omega will represent the number of ways of attaining the given microstate, or this can be written as omega equal to n factorial product over I equal to 1 to k Gi power Ni divided by Ni factorial. This is the Maxwell-Boltzmann thermodynamical probability. So let us see the representation of the term Gi power Ni. What does it mean? So it means that in Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics, there is no restriction on the number of particles in a single cell. So that is, if the particle 1 is in G1 cell, then it may go to any of the Gi cell. So for 2 distinguishable particles, it could go from Gi into Gi, that is Gi square cell. Similarly, for n distinguishable particle in Gi power Ni cell, the particle may be anywhere. So when the compartments are of equal size, then this thermodynamical probability will be equal to n factorial divided by product over I equal to 1 to k Ni factorial. So it means that this Gi power Ni is 1. So this thermodynamical probability for Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics n factorial product over I equal to 1 to k Gi power Ni divided by Ni factorial. So taking the log of this equation from the both sides, ln omega will be equal to ln n factorial. This is my product over. So we can write it as summation over I equal to 1 to k. This is Gi power Ni. So log a power b is b log a. So like this Ni ln Gi. This is divided by, it means minus sum over I equal to 1 to k ln Ni factorial for this. So again, by considering this Stirling approximation says that this log n factorial is log x factorial equal to x log x minus x. So putting this here, ln n factorial will be n ln n minus n plus this term minus sum over I equal to 1 to k ni ln ni minus sum over ni. So here you can see that this summation over ni will give n. So this minus n plus n get cancelled. So the remaining term will be n ln n plus sum over I equal to 1 to k ni ln Gi minus sum I equal to 1 to k ni ln ni. So differentiating both sides with respect to dni will get d ln omega will be equal to, this is with respect to dni, so that first term goes to 0. Again this will be dni ln Gi minus the second term here. You can see that here ni and here is ln ni. So first is dni and ln ni is constant minus this is ni constant into the derivative of ln ni is 1 by ni into dni. Clear? So again this ni get cancelled. The first term and second term remain as it is, and this term is sum over I equal to 1 to k dni. Here we know that sum over ni is n, that is constant. So dni will be, since ni is constant, dni will be 0. So this term goes to 0. So the remaining term will be d ln omega equal to, taking dni common, sum over I equal to 1 to k dni ln Gi minus ln ni. This term goes to 0. So for most probable macrostate, the thermodynamical probability is maximum. That is omega will be equal to omega max, or we can say that d ln omega equal to 0. For the total energy E equal to constant, that is total energy will be equal to sum over Ei into Ni. Ni is the number of particles, Ei is the energy of the particular level I. So this is your Ei Ni. So taking the derivative, d will be equal to, differentiating this will be sum over I equal to 1 to k dni Ei. Clear? Since E is your constant, d will be 0. So similarly dni Ei will be 0. So this is the total gain in energy will be equal to the total loss in energy. So here you can see that this is one equation, Ei dni, total energy of the system is constant. Here sum over dni equal to 0 and d ln omega equal to 0. So from these three equation, it can be solved by the Lagrangian method of the undetermined multipliers. So suppose multiplying alpha in the equation 1 and beta in equation 3 and then subtracting them from equation 2, we get, so the d ln omega minus alpha dni minus beta Ei dni will be 0. So here you can see that d ln omega will be equal to, here we have calculated d ln omega equal to sum over dni ln Gi minus ln ni, we have calculated. So putting this here, so in place of d ln omega, so it can be written as ln Gi minus log ni, here is minus alpha, here is minus beta a, whole dni will be 0. So as dni are independent variable, so this term is 0. Log Gi minus log ni, it means log a by b, that is Gi by ni, will be equal to alpha plus beta a. Again this Gi by ni equal to exponential alpha plus beta a. Or taking the reciprocal of it, ni by Gi will be equal to 1 by exponential alpha plus beta a, or ni will be equal to Gi divided by exponential alpha plus beta a. So this is the Maxwell's-Boltzmann law of energy distribution. So in equation 3, ni will be equal to Gi exponential minus alpha and exponential minus beta a. So here you can see that this e power minus alpha, taking this as constant a, so ni will be equal to a gi exponential minus beta a. Now we have to evaluate this e power minus alpha or a. So the total number of particles we know sum over ni equal to n, that is constant. So here this ni is our agi, this is our agi exponential minus beta a, that is equal to n, or a can be written as n divided by gi exponential minus beta a sum over I. So here this n, this part is known as your z. So z is your sum over gi exponential minus beta a is known as just and sum a, or this is also known as partition function, or this is the sum of the state introduced by the Boltzmann, where it can be written as z equal to sum over exponential minus beta a when gi is equal to 1. Clear? So here you can see that this ni will be equal to, this ni will be equal to, in place of a we have to write n by z gi exponential minus beta a. Clear? So here we have calculated the alpha, that is the Lagrangian undetermined multiplier alpha. Now we have to calculate the beta. So let a small amount of heat is supplied to a gas at constant volume. Let dN1, dN2, so on are the change in the number of molecules in cell 1, cell 2, so on respectively. So according to the thermodynamics, the increase in the internal energy at constant volume is d equal to dq, that is TdS, or this d can be written as, this is your EA dNA, that is E1 dN1, E1 dN1 plus E2 dN2 plus so on, that is equal to sum I equal to 1 to k EI dNA. S we know, that is entropy equal to Kb, that is Boltzmann constant, Kb ln omega. So ds will be equal to Kb, that is Boltzmann constant, into d ln omega. So you can write this as, this is your Boltzmann constant Kb, in place of d ln omega we have to write that it is from the previous we have calculated dni log gi minus ln ni. So this will be log ni by gi. This is your log ni by g and taking the negative sign out. So this is minus Kb sum I equal to 1 to k log ni by gi dni. So this is minus Kb sum I equal to 1 to k log, in place of ni gi we will write a exponential minus beta a dni. So again this is log a into b, we can write log a plus b. So this is minus Kb. Kb means Boltzmann constant. This is log a sum over dni minus, this is minus Kb log of exponential minus beta a dni. So this is sum over dni. We have already calculated this as n is your constant. Sum over dni is 0. This is your 0. The first term goes to 0. The remaining term is beta Kb. Why? Because this log of exponential is 1. So this will be minus beta a dni. So minus minus becomes plus beta Kb ei dni. Clear? So ds will be equal to beta Kb. This is my de. Or we can write, here you can see that this is d equal to dq equal to tds, or ds equal to d by t. So here in place of ds, this d by t will be equal to beta Kb into d. Or cancelling d, here you can see beta will be equal to 1 by kt. T is the absolute temperature. So the probability of finding the system in the ith state will equal to pi will be equal to ni state divided by the total number, this is n. So that will be equal to gi by z into exponential minus ei by kt. Or this ni will be equal to n by z gi exponential minus ei by kt. So this is the Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution formula, and here we have calculated Lagrangian undetermined multipliers, that is alpha and beta. Now we have to calculate the partition function's relation with the thermodynamical quantity. So the partition function we have seen z equal to sum over I gi exponential minus ei by kt. So first is entropy. We know entropy equal to k ln omega. So it is k ln omega. From the Stirling approach, if we will calculate this for classical system, n equal to sum over ni, or omega equal to, for the classical Maxwell-Boltzmann, this is n factorial product over I equal to 1 to k gi power ni divided by ni factorial, or taking the logarithm of both sides, ln omega will be equal to log n factorial. This is my sum over I equal to 1 to k ni ln gi minus this is ln ni factorial. So from the Stirling approximation, if we will put this log n factorial equal to n log n minus n, then log omega will be equal to n ln n minus n plus ni ln gi minus this Stirling approximation ni ln ni, this minus becomes plus ni. Clear? So the Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution law says ni equal to a gi exponential minus beta a. So this ln omega will be equal to n ln n minus n plus sum over ni ln gi minus this ni in place of ln ni, this is ln a gi exponential minus beta a plus ni, this ni. So n ln n minus n plus ni ln gi minus this is log a into b into c. So this is log a plus log b plus log c. This is minus ln gi minus ni ln a. This minus becomes plus because log e is 1, ln of e is 1. So this is ni beta ei. This is plus ni. So here plus minus get cancelled, ni ln gi, and this total ni will be equal to n. So n ln n minus ni ln a plus ni ei is your e. So beta e plus this is your n. So n get again cancelled. So n ln n minus ni ln a plus beta e. Here ni sum over ni is n. So we can write, taking n as common, this is ln n by a plus beta e. So this will be n by a is z. So n ln z plus beta e. So this is the log omega. So we know the entropy is k ln omega. So in place of log omega, we have to put n ln z plus beta e. Again this n ln z plus multiplying kb n ln z plus k into, in place of beta, this is 1 by kt into e. K get cancelled. So this will be k Boltzmann constant k n ln z plus e by t. K get cancelled. So for the ideal gas, if we will put E equal to 3 by 2 nkt, so this will be 3 by 2 nkt, or this tt get cancelled. In place of E, we have put 3 by 2 nkt, so tt get cancelled. This will be 3 by 2 nk. So this is the entropy of the system of the ideal gas molecule. So after calculating the entropy, we can calculate Helmholtz free energy, that is F equal to E minus Ts. So in place of S, we have put kb n ln z plus e by t. So this will be e minus nkt log z minus e, or e get cancelled, F equal to minus nkt ln z. The next is total energy. The partition function we know, z equal to gi exponential minus ei by kt. So differentiating z with respect to t at constant volume, del z by del t at constant v equal to sum over gi ei by kt square exponential minus ei by kt. So this is del z. Here exponential is taking the derivative of this exponential. This will be exponential minus ei by kt. Again this will be minus ei by k is constant. Again 1 by t derivative is minus 1 by t square. So this minus becomes plus. This will be equal to 1 by kt square sum over ei gi exponential minus ei by kt. So again multiplying z by n into n by z here, we will finally get z by nkt square sum over ei n by z here gi exponential minus ei by kt. So this is z by nkt square. This is sum over ei, and in place of this ngi by z exponential minus ei by kt, we have to write ni. So finally this will be z by nkt square sum over ei ni is e. Or we can see that E equal to nkt square into 1 by z dou z by dou t at constant v. Or this can be written as dou by dou t of ln z is at constant v is, the derivative of ln z is 1 by z dou z by dou t at constant v. So in place of this we can write this energy will be nkt square dou by dou t of ln z at constant v. So this is the expression for the total energy. So now calculate the enthalpy. Enthalpy is E plus PV, that is E plus RT, PV equal to RT for ideal gas. So H will be equal to NKT square dou by dou t of ln z at constant V plus RT. Now the Gibbs potential, G equal to H minus 2S. H we have calculated, NKT square dou by dou t of ln z at constant V plus RT. Again minus T, putting the value of S, this is Kb n ln z plus E by T. So this will be NKT square dou by dou t of ln z at constant V plus RT minus NKT ln z minus, this will be NKT square, in place of energy we can put minus NKT square dou by dou t of ln z at constant V. So cancelling this, so the Gibbs potential will be equal to RT minus NKT ln z. Similarly, you can calculate the pressure. Pressure will be minus dou F by dou V at constant V. So the value will be P equal to NKT dou by dou V of ln z at constant V. The specific heat at constant volume, that is Cv equal to dou E by dou T at constant V. So this is energy. So putting the value of energy, that is 1 by NKT square into dou by dou T of ln z at constant V. So taking the derivative with respect to T, we will get this. This is the specific heat at constant volume. So why we are considering Stirling approximation? Why we are considering Stirling approximation? Because for last value of n, it is very difficult to calculate n factorial. Suppose we have to calculate very large number of particles, suppose 100. For 100 particles, if we will calculate 100 factorial, then it will be like 100 into 99 into 98 into so on. So this is very difficult to calculate. So in place of this n factorial, we have to write ln n factorial. So that this will be quite easy, that is 100 ln 100 minus 100. So the Stirling approximation gives more accurate result for log n factorial. Clear? So this is all for today. Thank you.